The Galactic Monitoring Station orbiting Kepler 442 had been tracking routine deep space communications for over 3 centuries without incident. It was considered the most boring assignment in the Interspecies Communication Network, a posting where junior officers learned to monitor the steady, predictable flow of civilized discourse between star systems. Lieutenant Keck Stahl of the Monitoring Corps was halfway through her shift when the alert systems exploded into a cascade of warnings that hadn't been triggered since the Great Supernova Crisis of 2387. What in the 7 moons, she began, then stopped cold as she read the alert message. PRIORITYWALPHAEEMEIGUIST ICANOMALYDET PHRASEIDEENT IFIEDEAA IMMEDIA TEGALACT ICEUEAUSEP ROT UCOLAC ALLSYESTEMSW ITHIN 500 LIGHT YEARRA DIUSP EREI PEIRREUAEAO JUNCONCEUNCA. Quextal stared at the screen in disbelief. She'd heard about the legendary human monitoring protocols. Of course, every communications officer learned about them during training. But she'd always assumed they were exaggerated stories, cautionary tales to keep new recruits focused on their duties. "Computer, verify alert authenticity," she commanded. VERIFIED UMAND ESIGENAT IONMAR CUST ANK RODRIGUEUZ LO CATIONE UROPARE ESE ARCHST CONTEXT ENG INEERI NGP ROBLA MSOLV ING SSI DANG ERLEVELIN CAL CULABLA. The Emergency Communications Board lit up like a festival display as messages poured in from across the galaxy. CENTAURIP RIMED EFEN SAFLEAT. Did someone just say, a human said, hold my beer? Mobilizing all available ships. AND EROMED AR ESEAR CHC ONSORTIUM. Emergency evacuation of all experimental facilities within 200 light-years. This is not a drill. VEGANMER CHANTAALLANCE. Insurance companies are refusing to cover anything in the affected sectors. RIGELLIAEMP IRE. Our Emperor is requesting immediate asylum in the Magellanic Clouds until this situation resolves. Quextal frantically pulled up the incident report. According to the preliminary data, a human engineer named Marcus Rodriguez was working on what appeared to be a routine problem with Europa Station's fusion reactor cooling system. The reactor had been experiencing minor efficiency issues, nothing that hadn't been solved 1,000 times before on 100 different worlds. The transcript of the conversation made Quextal's tentacles curl with dread. Doctor. ELANAV ASQ UEZH UMA NPH YSIC EICT. The cooling matrix is operating at 73% efficiency. We need to increase flow rate, but the regulations clearly state that exceeding safety parameters could cause MARCUSTANKRODURIG UEZHUMANEENE YEAEEIA high beer TRANSMISSIONEEDES. That's it? Quextile said aloud. That's the entire emergency. Her supervisor, Commander Thelvar, materialized on the communication screen. His usually calm blue complexion, now a panicked shade of purple. Lieutenant, tell me you have more information than what's in the initial report. Sir, I don't understand. It's just a human saying, they'll hold someone's beverage. Why is half the galaxy evacuating? Commander Thelvar's expression grew grave. Lieutenant, how long have you been on monitoring duty? 6 months, sir. Then you weren't here for the Tau Ceti incident. The what, sir? 3 years ago, a human mining engineer said, "Hold my beer," before attempting to fix a malfunctioning asteroid mining laser. He ended up accidentally creating a new form of faster-than-light travel by using the laser to fold space-time, like origami. We're still trying to understand the physics. Quextile's mandibles clicked nervously. Surely that was just luck. Or the Proxima Centauri agricultural crisis, Commander Thelvar continued. A human farmer said, "Hold my beer," and then somehow convinced a sentient plant species to not only stop their galaxy-wide rebellion, but to start a cooperative farming program. The plants are now the most productive agricultural workers in 3 sectors. That can't be typical. Lieutenant, in the past decade, every time a human has uttered the phrase "hold my beer," the following events have occurred. 2 new forms of physics have been discovered. 4 impossible engineering problems have been solved. 1 extinct species has been brought back to life. 3 wars have ended. In unexpected peace treaties, and a black hole has been convinced to relocate itself to avoid disrupting shipping lanes. Quextile felt her world shift. Convinced a black hole to relocate. Dr. Sarah McKenna, astrophysicist. She said, "Hold my beer," and then spent 3 hours explaining to the black hole why its current position was inconvenient for local traffic. The black hole moved. We have video. The emergency alerts continued streaming across Quextile's console. ALPHACE, ENTAURIS, CIE, ENC, EAC, a DEM. Why all experiments suspended. Last time this happened, humans accidentally solved the unified theory of everything while trying to fix a coffee machine. GALACT, IC, INSURANCE, CEONSORT. IUM claims adjusters being deployed to 500 systems. Current estimates suggest economic impact may exceed the gross domestic product of 12 galaxies. SIRI, USOB, SERV, a TORY telescopes redirected to Europa Station. If history is any guide, whatever happens next will rewrite textbooks across the cosmos. 3 hours after the initial alert, a new transmission arrived from Europa Station. AUROP, AST, a TION, CHIE, FAA, AUG, IEN, ERREEEAPE, ORT, cooling system problem resolved. Minor side effects, accidentally discovered how to make fusion reactors run on emotion, specifically enthusiasm. Reactor is now operating at 347% efficiency and appears to be happy. Also, the reactor has started composing poetry, requesting immediate consultation with xenopsychologists and literary critics. Commander Thelvar appeared on screen again, looking exhausted. Lieutenant, begin drafting the post-incident report. Standard human event documentation. What should I write, sir? The usual human said, "Hold my beer." Universe changed in unexpected ways. Economic and scientific ramifications still being calculated. Recommend continued monitoring and preparation for reality to be altered without warning. As Quextile began typing, another alert flashed across her screen. NEWT, RANSM ISS ION FROME, UROP, AST, ATIO NMAR CUSRO DRIG. UEZ Hi, anyone know how to deal with a fusion reactor that started writing love songs to the warp core? Also, it's asking for a raise. Commander Thelvar rubbed his temples. Lieutenant, upgrade the alert status to code Crimson and send a message to Galactic Command. We're going to need bigger emergency protocols. How big, sir? Big enough for the day when a human says, "Hold my beer," and decides to fix something really important, like the laws of physics. Quextile shuddered as she typed the report. In the margin, she added a personal note: request transfer to asteroid monitoring duty, preferably in a galaxy without humans. The next day, Marcus Rodriguez uploaded a video to the Human Information Network titled "How I Taught My Fusion Reactor to Love," a step-by-step guide. The video went viral across 847 star systems. 500 worlds upgraded their emergency protocols again. The fusion reactor's first poetry collection, Songs from the Core, became a bestseller in 17 languages and somehow achieved sentience in the process. It now runs Europa Station's customer service department and has a surprisingly high satisfaction rating. Marcus Rodriguez still has no idea why everyone gets so nervous when he offers to fix things.